Wouldn't it be such a gift to get a pat on the back, a kiss from Hashem as guidance and praise for us doing the right thing? We know that in order for us to perpetuate positive behavior from our children, from our students, is to give them positive reinforcements, whether it's tangible or verbal, to motivate them to continue to engage in these positive behaviors. There's so much that a woman does on a daily basis, so many hats she puts on, so many roles we play, and it will be really nice to get recognition for it. It will be such an incentive for us to be recognized for it visibly. Rebbetzin Esther Schwartz teaches that when you receive a compliment from someone and you know you did the right thing, then this is a message from Hashem. It is a kiss from Hashem that you're on the right path. Why do we love recognition? Why do we love compliments? Because a person has an intrinsic need for honor, for kavod. There's a healthy kind of kavod and honor, and there's an unhealthy one. An unhealthy one is obviously when a person is very haughty, very full of themselves, and constantly brags about their smallest deeds. A healthy kavod, we will learn hopefully in this lesson, and we will appreciate the insights of Rebbetzin Yemima Mizrahi. It's really hard to understand how the students of the one who preached and practiced Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, and you shall love your friend as you do yourself, engaged in inconsiderate behavior towards one another. How could these students engage in such acts, disrespectful acts, when their teacher himself taught him, you should love your neighbor as you do yourself? But Rabbi Yeheskel Levenstein explained something very powerful. He said that these Talmidim, these students, were also raised with another principle. You should not do for your friend that which you loathe. To Rabbi Akiva, kavod, or honor, was a detestable thing. One should not seek honor for himself. He taught his Talmidim to rid themselves of anything faintly related to providing kavod in order to stifle their egos. His Talmidim aspired to attain the level of humility of their teacher. Thus, they not only despised receiving compliments, but they also chose not to give them. After all, they cared as deeply for their friends as they did for themselves. So if I don't want compliments in order for me to maintain and become a humble human being, then I'm not going to give you compliments. And this was their erroneous thinking. This was their mistake. To think that what is good for you is good for your friend is erroneous thinking. Our task in life is to discover the language of others and communicate with them in their familiar language. The things that are hard for you may not necessarily be hard for another person. The things that are hard for you may not be as hard for your husband. You may compare yourself to her and tell yourself, I can never do that. You aren't meant to be her. Don't compete with other people. Don't compete with other women, because life is not meant to be a competition. You are wasting your time if you're racing against other people, because life was not meant to be a competition in the first place. If you want to create a true relationship, you must exercise sensitivity. What does that mean? That means we find out what the person needs. Give that person what they need. Provide opportunities for that person to make it happen, for that person to thrive. Oftentimes, we want our children to turn out a certain way, but we can't shape them like cookie cutters. They may have habits or preferences that we may not like. We must cater to their needs and direct them gently to make better choices. This doesn't mean that our children will turn out exactly as we hope, but it does mean that at least I'm doing all that I can in order to affect them in the most positive way possible, and do it with sensitivity. But whom do we learn this from? None other than Rabbi Akiva himself. What Rabbi Akiva's students didn't see was that although he loved his wife Rachel like himself, he respected her even more than himself. That's the secret of a true relationship. The love may be equal, but the respect of the other party must overflow the respect with which you treat yourself. Indeed, Rabbi Akiva, who took no pleasure in worldly possessions, gave his wife a piece of jewelry. He understood that she grew up with lavish means in a wealthy household. Even a man so immersed in Torah can appreciate something so earthly. To Rabbi Akiva, it held no interest. But in his sensitivity, he understood that it interested her, and to him, that is what truly counted. Every human being has his own spark of kavod, honor. His individual needs must be fulfilled in order for him to flourish. By giving someone a feeling that you are there to make that happen, you're fostering a true, meaningful relationship. The great fallacy in all relationships is the belief that what makes me tick makes you tick. What makes me happy should make you happy. But this is wrong. May we create flourishing relationships by exercising sensitivity and respect that caters to the needs of those around us. Leah Abramov, Being and Becoming.